player props here on PrizePicks for the NBA Cup semifinals. Again, this game starts around 1:40 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So again, by the time this video goes live, it'll probably have like 4.5 hours by the time the first game starts. So again, link in the description below. You guys hop into the Discord. $9.30 per month, 31 cents per day. It's where I post all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks. Currently doing a promo right now for first-time members of the Discord, 20% off your first month. Using promo code TUFF with the link in the description below comes out to like $7. Again, super positive community over there. But yeah, I want to get this video out as soon as possible. Keep this video as brief and concise as possible as well. We are actually on a 4-0 run with our last 2 NBA player prop videos cashing. We cashed on this play last night, Siakam, Fantasy, and Brandon Clark over. Hit this pair, and then the pair a few days ago, Amen Thompson and Jonathan Kuminga in the NBA Cup quarterfinals. We cashed on this pair as well. So a 4-0 run here. NBA PrizePicks YouTube videos here. 2 player props that I do like from this 2-game slate. 2 games, quarterfinals here. So a lot at stake. I think, both these teams, obviously, a lot on the line to win these games. 4-point spread, 5.5-point spread. But yeah, let's just get into it. 2 player props that I do like. Let's go. So the first play I like is Clint Capela over 24.5 fantasy score. I think this is a little too low in my opinion. Normally we kind of see this line at 26.5, and for the kind of the first time we're seeing Onyeka Okongwu and Clint Capela both have 24 fantasy point lines, which again, Clint Capela's starter and Okongwu comes off the bench. They literally like split the workload, 48 minutes a game. They play each around 24 minutes. Given this, I do like Onyeka as a player a lot, but given how this is like a kind of a championship kind of game atmosphere, I could see Clint Capela playing a little bit more than his normal workload. But again, who knows? But I definitely think a floor for him is around 24 minutes. Obviously this season, but I like this spot a lot here. Clint Capela just a couple weeks ago, right? The Bucks and the Hawks played each other, and Clint Capela played 24 minutes. And he finished with 8 points, 17 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover. He doesn't turn the ball over a ton. And he kind of is like a fantasy points per minute monster, I would say, kind of historically has been in his career. But we look at Clint Capela in his matchups versus Brook Lopez. Like literally in his career, this hit rate is actually insane. Like versus Brook Lopez in his career, he's over this line. I'm going to literally break down how many times he's over this line. He's over this line in 13 of 17 games in his career versus Brook Lopez. I mean, when he essentially plays, let's say, 22 plus minutes, right, versus Brook Lopez, it's just a great matchup for him. Obviously, Brook Lopez can spread the floor, but you see here in games when he plays 22 plus minutes against Brook Lopez, he's at least 24.4 fantasy in 13 of 14 games. Insane hit rate, has had obviously some monster games. Last season had a game of 46.4 fantasy against Brook Lopez. And centers have been able to thrive against the Bucks, right? Defensively, the Bucks play drop coverage, which I think helps players get offensive rebounds a ton, like specifically centers. But we look at centers this season, fantasy score game like this season versus the Bucks when playing 20 plus minutes. I mean, the Bucks have literally played, I don't know, probably like 24, 25 games this year, and we've seen 18 different centers essentially in 20 plus minutes clear the over on this line. Like maybe we can even see more if we filter this to like 18 plus minutes. Maybe there is someone that's just gone crazy in 18 minutes. So, but like right now, 18 of 24 centers this season versus the Bucks have hit the over on this line. Yeah, still 18. I guess Al Horford here had 24.4. But yeah, a ton of upside. We've seen 22 different centers have 20 plus fantasy points versus the Bucks, and obviously the hit rate that Clint Capela has. This being a championship type atmosphere, I like this spot a lot. Like I said, Clint Capela, the line at 24.5 for a center, I think there's always more upside for centers to rack up fantasy points in games. But like if you look at this season, right, in games that he has essentially cleared the over on this line, like a line of 6, 10, 2, 1-1 will clear this line. He doesn't turn the ball over, right? Him being a center, him not being a primary ball handler at all. But if he can get us 1 to 2 blocks or 1 to 2 stocks here in this one, I think he's a lock for at least maybe close to a double-double, which should put him very, very close to this line at 24.5. I think it's just a little bit too low versus the Bucks. Elite hit rate, elite matchup. I like the spot a lot. The second play here is going to be a rebounds combo prop. It's going to be Hartenstein and Sengun over 22. Again, another line that I think is too low. I would probably play this at 22. And I would definitely play it at 22.5. And I would definitely consider playing it at 23. But at 22, it is absolutely in my opinion at least, elite value. All right, both these teams played each other. I guess I mean Hartenstein was injured, right? But both these teams did play each other on December 1st. All right, this is Outlier, by the way. You can get a link in the you can get 7-day free trial with a link in the description below. But Sengun had 14 rebounds in that game, and and Isaiah Hartenstein in that game had 13. 21 rebounding chances for Hartenstein and 25. So we're talking about over 46 total rebounding chances for the two of these guys. We essentially need 23 in the game, and just the other day they combined for 27. And this is obviously a much higher stakes type of game and atmosphere. The Houston Rockets do allow this is the 21st fewest or the 9th fewest rebounds to centers, but for Sengun, the OKC allow these what is this 14th most rebounds to centers, but the second most total rebounds overall. But like I said, Isaiah Hartenstein and Sengun, if we take a look even over their last five, like Sengun is averaging 19.2 rebounding chances over his last five, and Hartenstein is averaging 19.8. So 40 rebounding chances combined by the two of these guys in this one. Both should play heavy minutes in my opinion. Like if we look at the minutes here as well, Hartenstein should be a lock for around 30 plus in this competitive game. He needs to be on the floor with Sengun, and then Sengun obviously is going to be playing 30 plus as well, just giving us a ton of upside. I think in this one, I think not really trying to overthink this one. At 22 is too low in my opinion for two starting centers in what should be a close competitive game, right, in the NBA Cup. I just see no reason for both these guys to, at bare minimum, they're both going to get at least 10 or combined for at least 20. So if we just get that, 3 more rebound upside from the two of them in what should be hopefully a competitive game, I can't see a scenario where this game is not competitive, just with how much is at stake. And again, these teams just played each other. I'm pretty sure they just actually played each other, like I said, right the other day. Let's actually look at this real quick. They just played each other the other day. I want to say that game was close. Real quick, give me a second, guys. I want to say that game was close. I mean, Isaiah Hartenstein is pretty much a walking double-double. He's good for at least 10 rebounds, and we know Sengun is as well. But like I said, this game was pretty close. Yeah, 119 to 116. This game was super close and competitive. Hartenstein played 30-plus minutes in that one, and Sengun played 38. And like I said, they combined for 27 rebounds in that one. Yeah, I don't see a scenario why they can't combine for 23 in this one. So please drop a like on this video, you guys. 2 player props for this YouTube video. Check out all the links in the description below. Hopefully we go 6-0 here tonight. NBA Cup semifinals. Let's cash.